Maybe she should go see the Wizard of Oz.
I'm out of here.
Follow the yellow brick road,
I'm
Rosie.
Outta here. You know you can do it with your cheap headphones. Cheap, cheap, cheap.
Sup? This here's some Bayou Football. I'm Ruddy Rutledge, and this is my sister.
I can introduce myself, bro. I'm Rosie Rutledge Higginbottom.
Okay, and we are pleased to bring y'all the first episode of our new channel. If you love football in the great state of Louisiana, like and subscribe. Basically, we're here to provide Bayou balls and ballettes with an alternative to the traditional meat and potatoes Louisiana sports content. We're going to give you some spice with your LSU football, some hot sauce on your Saints content. Running the show will be myself, my sister Rosie here, and our brother Duck, when he feels inclined to grace us with his presence, which apparently did not occur today. We run the blog site, BayouFootbaw.com, and now we're bringing our content to another medium. So kick back, pour up your favorite game day beverage, and enjoy the show. This here is some Bayou Football. Woo!
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 Woo! Really?
What?
I could see through it.
So, it has sentimental value, and this is our first podcast. Let's move along with the show, please, okay?
Where's Duck?
He's not coming. He went to the strip club with his wife.
Makes sense. Well, maybe she'll make some money tonight.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have anywhere to sit anyway. Why are we sitting so close together? And what's up with these headphones? They feel cheap.
They're not cheap. Those are my favorite headphones.
You have Beats.
So?
And I offered to buy the equipment, and you said, I got this.
Okay, well, Rosie, we're sitting so close together so we can both fit in the camera frame. And as far as I'm concerned, the podcast host wearing the the headphones, needs to do their part to make this show all it can be instead of worrying about equipment. Buy your own damn Beats. Well, now that we're all settled in like family, we're going to jump right into the thick of it. What everybody wants to talk about is LSU against USC. The season opener, September 1st in Vegas. This game is very, very significant for LSU for many reasons, but at the top of that list is the fact that LSU's lost 4 straight season openers. Both Brian Kelly season openers have been losses to Florida State, as many LSU fans know. You were sloppy in 2022, which is understandable given the regime change after the Orgeron era. And then in 2023, you came out and got your butts whipped by the Seminoles. And both seasons, LSU was able to rebound and win 10 games. In 2022, they won 10 games, won the West, beat Alabama. And last season, you won another 10 games and produced a Heisman winner. But like Big Will Campbell recently said, 10 wins ain't enough here at LSU. It's not good enough. You've had muffed punts 2 straight seasons, both the Brian Kelly season openers to Florida State. It was Malik Neighbors in 22, Aaron Anderson last year. This has to change. You're not even attempting to return punts after those muff punts, those first 2 seasons. It's Gregory Clayton back there, fair catching the ball. That's got to change. LSU has too many athletes to not even have a punt return and not even attempt it. And the game's quite significant for USC also, Rosie.
Oh, yeah. 7-5 last year. And they've really underperformed since Lincoln Riley's been there. They'll be hungry for a W. And defense is much improved there. They got a new coordinator, transfers that they've brought in, much like LSU. And these two teams are mirror images of each other in a lot of ways.
They are mirror images of each other, and I have a bit of a hot take about this game. Before we get to the predictions, I hear a lot of talk, watch a lot of podcasts before we, dive into it ourselves here. But this game, contrary to a lot of those opinions, this is not a must-win for LSU. A lot of people may not want to hear that. Yes, it would be fantastic if LSU got off on the right foot for a change instead of stepping in a mud hole to start the season. But you got the entire season left to play after this. You've got an SEC schedule, the whole thing still to play after this. You're going to have a 12-team playoff. There's a good chance you're going to have 2 loss teams make that playoff. You might even have a 3-loss SEC team. So this is not a must-win for LSU.
No, it's a must-win, and LSU's going to win it.
Oh, are they? Okay, well, that being said, let's just get to the predictions then. How about you go first? Give us a prediction, a score prediction, LSU USC September 1st.
I'm going to say 35 LSU, USC 17.
Okay, that's a much wider margin of victory than I was thinking. I'm going to go 35-28 LSU. The Tigers win in the last minute. Caleb Jackson rips off a touchdown run off a draw. LSU wins by the skin of their teeth, 35-28. But this game, for LSU fans, has a little extra juice to it. It's got a little extra meaning to it. The fact that LSU and USC have not played since the 2003 season when they split the national championship. A lot of LSU fans have wanted this game for a long time. That season, LSU did everything the system required of them. They won the BCS national championship. They beat Oklahoma in the BCS national championship game. And then the Associated Press, in all their wisdom, decided to award USC the national championship and the number 1 ranking after they beat a 2-loss Michigan team that didn't even play for a national championship, wasn't even playing for a national championship. And there was a lot of speculation who would win. We have an article up. We posted it this week on BayouFootbaw.com, and where I break the game down. And I'm pretty convinced LSU would have won that game. They had a stout defensive line. USC was not the offensive juggernaut that they were in 04 and 05.
Right.
So I think LSU would have won. But it's just a shame that game was never played. And now here, 21 years later, we're finally getting it. LSU and USC to kickstart the season. And now, a word from our sponsors. Are you looking to take your business to the next level, but you don't quite know how to take that final step? Chances are you're in need of the right team of salespeople. When you call on RepStaff, rest assured, they'll find them and you'll have them. RepStaff is a full-service recruiting firm specializing in the recruitment of qualified, highly skilled outside sales reps. With their extensive network and access to vast talent pools and pipelines, RepStaff will connect you with high-quality candidates delivering swift results with a personalized touch. Time is precious these days, so if you're ready to grow your business while saving valuable hours, call on RepStaff today. They have years of experience recruiting high-performing sales reps. Don't delay your success a moment longer. Contact RepStaff right away. And we're back. Now, we don't want to rehash what a lot of the other podcasters are doing with regards to LSU's season preview overall, but we do want to touch on a few of the big storylines heading into this season. First off, offensively, on paper, you lose a Jaden Daniels, you lose a Malik Neighbors, a Brian Thomas Jr., all first-round picks, and the automatic assumption is going to be that there's going to be some type of drop-off there. And I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as a lot of these experts think. And a lot of the reason for that is you've got some beasts that are going to step up. There's a beast named Kyron Lacey who's fixing to assume that wide receiver 1 role. You've got another beast named Caleb Jackson, who he may not start at running back against USC, but I think he's going to end up being your big gun over the course of the season. He's just a bowling ball. If you haven't watched Caleb Jackson play yet, I would describe him adjective-wise as Fournette-ish, which a lot of LSU fans would like to hear that. And a lot of opposing fans, well, they probably don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to face Leonard Fournette. I'm not saying he's Fournette Part 2, but ish. Fournette-ish. Then you've got the strength of your team, the offensive line. Big Will Campbell at left tackle, probably the best offensive lineman in the country. Your right tackle, Emory Jones, also projected to be a first-round draft pick.
And then our tight end room, maybe the most underrated on the team.
Uh-huh.
They look like a basketball team. Just red zone nightmares.
Yep, high pointing the ball. You've got Tradez Green, the freshman, 6'7", Kamorian Pimpton, 6'6", Mason Taylor, 6'5", and he's a prototypical NFL tight end. So, these guys are going to create huge matchup problems for teams all season long. But that leads us to the quarterback position. You're replacing the Heisman winner with a kid that's been here. He's not a kid anymore. He's been here a long time. So what do you think about Garrett Nussmeier this season?
Oh, I think the Nuss bus is going to crank up.
Vroom, vroom.
He's going to light it up, I think. I think his time behind JD5 it will really help him. And, I think he's as ready as can be.
Yeah, he's as ready as he can be. And I'm in agreement there. I think you're going to have a big season from Nuss. But that brings us to the elephant in the room, the LSU Tiger defense. This is just a total embarrassment last year from these guys. It's not the same cast of characters, but a lot of the same parts. You're trying to figure out something that works. You bring in a new defensive coordinator, Blake Baker, who was very successful at Missouri. He's been at LSU before. You bring in Bo Davis, the best defensive line coach in college football. I don't know many people that would argue with that. He's coming back home, LSU Tiger, to coach the Tigers. And I think when people look back on this season, they're going to say this is the best coaching job Bo Davis has done at LSU years down the road. Being that you're limited talent-wise on this year's D-line. You got some studs coming in. But I think he's going to get the absolute most out of these guys this year that anybody could do. And, you got some talent question marks at defensive tackle. At end, you should be good. But at defensive tackle, we'll see. And the cornerback room has some question marks. But I think the USC game is going to reveal a lot as far as that. So
and don't forget about Harold Perkins.
Oh, no.
Have to mention him.
No.
You put him on the edge and let him rush the quarterback, and he could win the dang Heisman.
Well, that'd be nice. I don't know about the Heisman, but they're gonna put him all over the field, I think, and I think he's in for a big season. As far as that goes, predicting the season. Well, let's see. Where do you think LSU is going to end up? What does this season entail for LSU?
Undefeated national champions.
Okay, national champions would be nice. Undefeated national champions would be I don't know. That'd be the superlative there. But I'm going to say 10-2. Make the playoffs.
Okay.
That's as far as I'll go right now. So, as far as a bold prediction for the college football season, just in general, what you got? Bold prediction.
Well, all right, I'll say Bama does not make a 12-team playoff.
Bama misses the playoffs. Is that a prediction or wishful thinking?
Both.
A little bit of both. Okay. Well, mine is not so bold. It's not going to sound bold, but the Ole Miss Runts are going to finally get it done and make the playoffs. I know they're a top 10 team. But coming in, but does anybody really think Ole Miss is going to do anything of significance until they actually do it?
No.
Has Lane Kiffin learned how to field a defense? They've made changes, to their defensive personnel, but it's kind of like believe it when I see it, and I've just got this feeling. Yeah, I'm going to predict Ole Miss gets in the playoffs. They finally move out of that runt status. So we'll see, though.
We'll see.
Yeah. Moving along, for our next segment, we want to, in the honor of LSU opening their season against USC, we want to discuss the most memorable LSU season openers of all time or of recent memory, just whichever you got. I can start one off here. Start us off with Houston, 1996. It's going way back to the days of the great Kevin Falk. LSU was down 34-14 to Houston in the fourth quarter. Falk leads the Tigers on an incredible comeback. They outscore Houston 21-0 in the fourth quarter. LSU pulls it out 35-34. Falk sets the LSU rushing record with 246 rushing yards. Incredible performance. And the Tigers pull it out in a game that should not have been that close. Mm-hmm. So you got one?
Yes, Oregon State, 2004. LSU had just been crowned national champs, raised the flag pregame. Mm-hmm. The monsoon happened. Mm-hmm. And then LSU replaced Marcus Randall with Jamarcus Russell. Oregon State missed a extra point, and LSU won 22-21. Another one very next year, 2005, Arizona State.
Yeah.
The game was moved to Tempe because of Katrina. But yeah, Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, Russell. Yeah, in that one too.
He had a 39-yard
touchdown pass to early Doucette on fourth down. It was the game winner. The Tigers won it 35-31, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, 35-31, LSU. I'll go again. Oregon, 2011. That one was a highly anticipated build. Going up to that one, LSU was ranked 4th. Oregon was ranked 3rd in Jerry World in Dallas. Huge game to start the season. The Tigers came out and took care of business. That one was not a close game. It was not as close as the 40-27 score indicated. LSU that defense and the special teams play from Matthew. Tyrann Mathieu had a strip on a punt return, picked it up, ran in the end zone like the Honey Badger did all year long that year. Mm-hmm. Put himself in the Heisman race with that game. Mm-hmm. And LSU took it to Oregon, 40-27. And another one I'll throw in here before we move on is this one was not a great game or a fun game, but it was certainly memorable. LSU versus Wisconsin in Lambeau Field. Now that one, me and some friends went up. You and your husband didn't make it to that one. Mm-mm. But that one was when Les Miles basically came out. It was a great time until the game started at Lambeau Field. Incredible atmosphere. Les Miles comes out and basically just raises his middle fingers to the LSU fan base and to the athletic department after indicating he might have changed LSU's boring 1970s offense. But he did not, and Wisconsin shut him down and beat LSU 16-13. So that was certainly memorable,
right?
But not a great game.
Not good.
Yeah, not good. So, but those are some all 5 of those choices, great choices, memorable season openers, and who knows, we may have one coming up against USC this Labor Day weekend. So we will be back after these messages. Is your Aussie Shepherd female single and looking to doggy mingle? Would you like to gift your significant other or your children with a litter of thoroughbred Australian Shepherd puppies? Then look no further than Arthur the Bayou Party Dog. At 84 pounds, this stud is practically a freak. A handsome, super intelligent, playful, athletic, affectionate, AKC registered Australian Shepherd freak. So if your Aussie female is hot and heavy for some doggy loving, hit us up. You can find this stud here at Arthur the Party Dog on Instagram. And you can hit us on X, YouTube, and Facebook at Bayou Footbaw. Links in the comments. This stud will take care of your girl dog's needs like only a boy dog can. So don't hesitate. Arthur will knock your bitch up for a reasonable fee. Don't wait. Act now. Before we get started with our final segment, I just wanted to announce really quickly that on next week's episode, we will be previewing the New Orleans Saints as they prepare to open their season that week against the Carolina Panthers on September the 8th. And for this final segment, we'd like to introduce what will be a weekly segment on the show called It's GOAT Time, where we draw a category or a sport out of the helmet here and quickly name the GOAT, the greatest of all time in that category or sport. So here we go. It's GOAT time.
I've got the categories over here.
Rosie has the categories. Throw them in the helmet there. Shake them up there. We say I go first.
All right.
College football player. Well, this is an easy one for me. It's not going to take me much time. There he is, Joe Burrow, the GOAT. I'm sure there's going to be people have a problem with it, but that's my answer. And
I agree, absolutely.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right, my turn.
Go ahead.
NBA basketball. Michael Jordan.
Agreed. If you had to name a number 2, who would you say?
Maybe Kobe.
I think I'd have to agree there too.
Okay.
Kobe over LeBron it is. My turn. College football team. Well, this has to be the easiest thing ever. Again, we're going to look back to Mr. Burrow here and his 2019 LSU Tigers, also with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Nobody's beating them boys. The GOAT college football team of all time, 2019 LSU.
No question.
Okay. We're just all in agreement here.
All right, my turn. All right, what is this one? Olympics. Phelps. Michael Phelps.
This is a little bit more thought required than the other was, but yeah, how can you go against Michael Phelps? You know, there's a few other candidates, maybe a Carl Lewis, a Simone Biles, but no, I mean, it's Phelps. It's Phelps. So that's 4. I mean,
Let's do one more.
should you do one more? All right, I'll do one more.
All right.
There's just a few more in there.
We've been agreeing so much. This is
We're
weird.
all in agreement. Okay. Tennis.
Oh, well, that's the easiest one yet. Serena Williams, obviously.
What? Serena's not better than any of the top 3 men's tennis players ever. Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal. I mean, did you wake up and do some drugs with our brother today?
You're crazy.
What's wrong with you?
You're crazy, absolutely crazy. No way she's not the greatest. She's dominated the sport, has more Grand Slams in women's tennis by a mile.
I mean, you're the only one here that I see that's crazy. You're crazier than a peach orchard boar. Novak has just as many Grand Slams as her. He's doing it against the other 2 guys to win them. And they also have over 20 majors apiece.
Okay, they may be the 3 best men's players ever. They weren't near as dominant against their peers as she was against hers.
Okay, their peers were each other. That's why he had to compete, Novak, against Federer and Nadal to get those majors. Serena didn't have anybody like that. I mean, you're embarrassing yourself here. I feel like you woke up this morning and you have a peanut for a brain.
Oh, really? You know what I think?
Really?
I think you got me a pair of cheap headphones and you got the good ones. I mean, budget for me and not for you.
Right, whatever. Rosie wants a brain, everybody. Maybe she should go see the Wizard of Oz.
I'm out of here.
Follow the yellow brick road,
I'm
Rosie.
Outta here. You know what you can do with your cheap headphones. Cheap.
What did I do? This is some Bayou Football. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You can follow us on X. You can follow us on Facebook. Please check out our website, BayouFootball.com. We'll be back right here for another episode next week. At least one of us will. And you guys have a happy Labor Day, and go Tigers.